Is it time for the NBA to scrap the dunk contest? Very simple. Yes or no?
I will say no to that, Chris. I'll say no. My kids loved it. They were interested in it, but you can't help but think it's no longer the one contest that is.
It's not the marquee event.
It's
of the
not
night
the marquee
anymore.
event. No, but that's fine. Maybe it's just downgraded. The marquee event. We're looking at Simon's almost kissing the rim to win the slam dunk contest last night. It's just not the same anymore. You could say it jumped the shark or it finished the minute Jordan took off from the free throw line. You're never going to get better than that. You will never get better than Michael Jordan. I believe I can fly taking off from the free throw line. That's it. I mean, it can never, because the bottom line is you can never make the rim any higher.
Right.
And, the human body, you can't take off from the 3-point line. I mean, you don't have Mike's shoes. It's not like Lil Bow Wow and like Mike, you know what I mean? Like there's no magic shoes.
Even more recently, just Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, like those guys put on such a show, it'll never be topped. And then, all the acrobatics and the through the legs and then the spins, like, there aren't any new dunks.
And the other, there's no new dunks. And then, stars aren't like, it would be great if it was LeBron competing in it, right? And
Zion and Ja Morant, like
they just won't do it. And I don't know when that happened. It's the same thing with the home run derby. Like we see home runs all the time. You see dunks in games all the time.
Right.
You see home runs all the time. The home run derby is just like, okay, so somebody's hitting the ball very far. Great. I've seen that a million times in my life. Used to be much more, a novelty. Now it's different. But, baseball players, some don't do it because, you could hurt your oblique or
screws up your swing.
Yeah, screws up your swing or anything like that. And all I kept thinking of, and maybe, again, this is the Knick fan in me or the trapdoor fan in me, the New York fan in me or whatever. When I saw Obi Toppin, let's get Julius Randle out there, and then I'll take my dad and put him in front of Julius Randle and jump over them both, his father notwithstanding. If you could choose two of the most important Knicks for the current and present future of the team, right, to be wiped out in one single dunk, is that it? Like, what do you sub out Julius? Because do you sub out Obi Toppin for Quickly? Do you sub out... You put R.J. Barrett in there? Like, all that club thing is like, he is about to jump up. Like, what if he takes out Julius Randle and then he goes flying and the Knicks lose Julius Randle and Obi Toppin for a year and a half?
I kind of thought Obi got robbed.
Well, he did get robbed. Let's put it this way.
He got robbed. He should have won.
And then the judging or whatever. I mean.
Yeah.
You thought Obi got robbed.
I thought he should have won. But the judging, too, I said this on Twitter. TJ, you kind of took umbrage to it. But, like, Spud Webb in his wildest dreams could never go between his legs 360, and he's tossing out eights.
Well, poor Cassius Stanley.
Come on.
Poor Cassius Stanley. He came out of the box, and it was a phenomenal dunk. And he holds up 5-0, right? And the Jets going crazy. Shaq's going crazy. Dwayne Wade is saying there's nowhere to go up from here, so maybe they're not going to give him a 10. And they totally messed with him. Kid got like a 44.
Like, what are we doing?
I know, he got a 44, and then that put him in the tank for the rest of the...
Come on.
And then Toppin comes up, and so we can go back and forth about it, but it's not the 3-point contest. That's it.
It's so much more thrilling.
Because tall guys can do it, small guys can do it. The 3-pointer is like, you could start to do it maybe from further out. Do you do like a 3-point contest from Dame Lillard country, from the logo?
It's one thing they did add recently is that the 3-point shot, the money ball's 2 and each other ball's 1, and the green ball for Mountain Dew is a 3-pointer.
Great.
Which is pretty far out. I mean, that's a legit like 26
Yeah,
footer.
I mean, it's fun. And plus Curry's like, I'll do it.
Yeah. The stars do the 3-point shootout.
Right.
Dame's done it in the past, Clay, Devin Booker.
Right, because there's a certain, like the ball goes in. You're not getting, you know what points you're getting for the ball to go in.
Right.
You don't know, like if I miss the dunk, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
If I just, I take 3 shots at it, it's embarrassing. And there's no style points in the 3-point shooting contest. So it's like, I'm the best shooter in the league. Well, go prove it. So as long as we understand that our youth is not coming back anymore, right? Like, for instance, you saw who the judges were last night. I had to explain to my kids who some of these guys were. You
but
know,
those are all Atlanta legends.
No, I understand. I understand they went Atlanta on it for, but I still had to explain.
Well, your kids are 12.
Who Josh
Your oldest
Richardson
12
is.
Like,
No,
he's
but
not going to know.
I get it. I understand. Maybe I shouldn't go there. But it just, to me, as long as I can understand that I'm no longer, 20-something years old watching the best fly at a rim, and it's new to me, and it's novel, that's gone. That's history. And the dunk contest isn't the marquee event anymore, but you could still do it.
The halftime was a good idea.
Well, but that also just proves that you can have it as a smaller event. Like, yes, it's the marquee spot. Like, we're all sitting there watching halftime, which was almost as long as a college football halftime because it took some time for them to do the event, and then you can't just throw the most important players in the game back on the court without going through like an actual pregame warm-up, which is what they were doing. So, but if you're basically going to say, yeah, we could do it with 3 people and we could do it in much less half the time, then you're basically admitting that it's not as big anymore.
Well, let's take into consideration where we're at right now. Like, we're still in the COVID world. Maybe some guys didn't want to travel. Half the guys didn't want to be there anyway.
Well, who would you want to see that in a contest?
I'd like to see Zion in the dunk contest.
He was sitting right there.
There's a lot of. I mean, look, there's guys that we don't know. Like, I think the kid from the Pacers had zero field goals this entire season. But yet the guy can dunk. So there's definitely people there that you might not know about.
I know that, but it's not an event. This is not like the Major League Baseball futures game. You know what I mean? Like, it should be the stars of the game doing the most spectacular, get my ass out of the couch type moments.
Do you guys not remember the last few years with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine doing all this stuff? Those dunks were incredible. Far better than Michael taking off from the free line.
And I totally agree with you in that. But
like Zach LaVine jumping over a 7-foot mascot on a hoverboard while he's going in a circle and taking the ball through his legs. Come on, man. Like, 3-pointers, that's exciting. Great. Guys are just standing still shooting jumpers. If they move them back to 30 feet, then yeah, sure, that would be a little more exciting. But you're just sitting there shooting, like, cool.
So that you're a yes on this poll question, keep it going.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, I'm saying keep it going, but as long as I'm calibrating, it's not the most important event anymore. That's the way I feel about it. And I'll just say this to put a point on it. The moments that got me screaming and out of my chair last night watching the actual game was when the 3-pointers were going in from half court.
Yeah.
And,
that's exciting.
And Curry, the one moment I actually rewound for the kids was Curry shooting the 3 and then turning around and not looking at it go in. Not any of the dunks.
He's an alien.
Hour number 3 coming up. You know what I'm saying? The 3-pointers going in at the end of the half. Also, Chris Paul and Steph dunking. Steph hanging on the rim.
Yeah. Alley-oops to each other.
Right. So how about
oh,
well,
interesting.
hold on a second. No. How about 6 foot and under dunk contest? But then you're gonna be like, these guys can possibly get hurt. You're like Nate Robinson dunk contest. Spud Webb dunk contest.
I think that would be pretty cool, actually.
Muggsy Bogues dunk contest.
Put a cap 6'2".
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
6'2", yeah, something like that. 6'2", 6'3".
Like, let's see. Like, that might be one way to do it one year.
And then have the big guys shoot threes. 6'10" and up,
Start a reverse.
3-point.
That could be interesting, man. There's no way, because the dunk is what basketball is all about. I'm sorry. Like, people
I know.
love the dunks.
Yeah,
you're right. You
dunks.
got to get people in there that the casual fan will know, which last night we did not have. And I think that, the situation that we're in is probably the reason why we didn't get some of the bigger names.
Who doesn't want to see like Giannis versus Zion in the finals of the dunk contest? That would be incredible. It's just not going to happen.
Then one of them turns an ankle and never do it again.
Right. It's just not going to happen.
Honestly, if you're the Bulls, you want Zach LaVine jumping over a 7-foot mascot with a hoverboard? Of course you don't want to do that. Are you out of your mind?
LeBron, in his 17 years, never agreeing to do the dunk contest is a major fail.
How so, though?
He's the biggest star in the game. Michael Jordan did it multiple times.
Yeah, at least he did it once.
But who's that a fail for? The dunk contest or LeBron?
It's a fail for the league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.